Welcome back to the Gregarious Technology YouTube channel. This is the video series on Microsoft Purview Data Map, a complete course using Microsoft Fabric as the data source. You are on Module 1, Purview Data Map and Microsoft Fabric Integration Overview. In this video, we're going to take a look at how Microsoft Purview Data Map integrates with Microsoft Fabric. The goal of this integration is to give your organization a centralized inventory of its Fabric data assets. Microsoft Fabric might contain things such as Lakehouses, warehouses, notebooks, pipelines, semantic models, Power BI reports, and many other analytical items, structured data. As the number of workspaces and assets grows, it can become increasingly difficult to understand what data exists, where it's located, and who's responsible for it. Microsoft Purview Data Map helps address that problem by collecting and organizing the metadata from Fabric. It's important to understand that Purview is primarily collecting metadata. It's not copying your underlying business data into Purview. Metadata is information that describes your data assets. So depending on the Fabric item, this can include the asset's name, type, workspace, description, schema, columns, owner, and technical relationships with other assets. For example, Purview might discover a Fabric lakehouse, the tables within that lakehouse, a semantic model that uses the data, and a Power BI report built from that semantic model. This creates a searchable technical map of the Fabric environment. For the scenario demonstrated in this video, Microsoft Fabric and Microsoft Purview are located in the same Microsoft Entra tenant. There are other scenarios, but we're not getting into that. So Purview will use its own managed identity to connect to Fabric's read-only administrative APIs and retrieve the supported metadata. At a high level, it works like this. The Purview managed identity is added to a Microsoft dedicated Entra security group. That Entra security group is then authorized through the appropriate Fabric tenant settings, admin settings, to use the read-only administrative APIs. The Fabric tenant is registered as a data source in Purview Data Map, and a scan is configured using the Purview managed identity. When the scan runs, Purview queries Fabric for information about workspaces and assets included within the scan scope. Purview then ingests the supported metadata into the data map in its own data map in Purview. No application secret needs to be stored when the Purview managed identity is used, and that's why we're using it. That's the most common way to do it, and that's what we're going to use in this model. The identity is created and managed as part of the Purview resource, which makes it a good option for this same tenant scenario. After the metadata has been ingested, administrators and authorized users can browse or search for the Fabric assets through Microsoft Purview. This centralized visibility becomes increasingly valuable when an organization has multiple Fabric workspaces managed by different teams or departments. In this scenario, we're just having one Fabric workspace. Instead of requiring someone to already know which workspace contains a particular data set, Purview provides a common location for discovering available assets and examining their technical information, the stuff we talked about earlier. So just reviewing our flow chart here of Purview Data Map to Microsoft Fabric connection flow. This is, again, same-tenant authentication and metadata discovery using Microsoft Purview Managed Identity. Number one, the Purview Managed Identity. It's created and managed within the Microsoft Purview resource. Authentication is in the same tenant without requiring a stored application secret. Number two, a dedicated Entra service group. This is needed for Fabric admin tenant settings permissions for API. So you add the Purview Managed Identity to a dedicated Microsoft Entra security group, and it creates a controlled authorization boundary for Fabric metadata access. Number three, Fabric authorization. Authorize the group through the applicable Microsoft Fabric tenant settings. So you go into Fabric in the tenant settings, the admin settings, and configure those appropriately, as we'll see later on. This allows the managed identity to use Fabric's read-only administrative APIs. Next, we need to register Fabric. So you register the Fabric tenant as a source in Microsoft Purview Data Map. So you configure the scan to use the Purview Managed Identity when communicating with Fabric. Number five, you query the Fabric metadata. The scan queries the workspaces and assets included within its configured scope. By default, it just takes everything in Fabric if you don't scope it to certain, for instance, workspaces, Lakehouses, those kind of things. And so supported metadata is ingested into the Microsoft Purview Data Map. Again, not the data itself, just the metadata. And that's where the centralized discovery comes in as a next step. Authorized users can browse and search for Fabric assets through Microsoft Purview. And we'll get into that when we talk about the Unified Catalog in another course, another series. But there's also roles and permissions on the data map itself. So we'll get into that. So one common discovery point across teams, departments, and multiple workspaces. Purview Data Map also provides an administrative structure for organizing this metadata. At the top level, Data Map uses domains. Within those domains, collections can be used to organize registered data, sources, scans, and discovered assets. For example, an organization might create separate collections for production and non-production data, or use collections for finance, human resources, and shared analytical services. These domains and collections also provide boundaries for assigning Purview administrative and metadata permissions. However, those permissions apply only to the metadata stored in Purview. They do not give someone permission to open the underlying lakehouse, warehouse, semantic model, or report in Fabric, for example. Fabric continues to control access to the Fabric assets. It's very important to understand. The distinction is essential. Purview helps users discover and understand data, but it does not bypass the permissions configured in Fabric. The business value of this integration extends beyond simply producing an asset list. A properly populated data map can help an organization discover Fabric data assets across multiple workspaces, understand what types of data assets exist, identify duplicate or potentially redundant assets, locate technical owners and responsible teams, review supported schemas and technical properties, organize metadata by department, environment, or business function. provide a foundation for broader data governance process, make important data easier for authorized users to find. So here's where we start to cross over from the data map into what we're going to see as a unified catalog in a separate future module. But the data map is a backbone for storing the metadata that allows Purview to act on this data in such a manner. The integration can also help organizations move from isolated workspace administration towards a more consistent enterprise data governance model. Fabric remains a platform where the data is stored, transformed, and analyzed and preserved. Purview supplies the broader metadata management and governance layer that helps the organization understand its Fabric estate alongside other supported data platforms if importing, ingesting other data sources, structured data. There are some important limitations that we will discuss later. The metadata available in Purview varies by the Fabric asset type. Some assets provide only item level information, while supported Lakehouse tables and files can provide more detailed metadata. The Fabric connector also does not perform content classification or apply sensitivity labels as part of the data map scan. Those capabilities should not be confused with the metadata discovery process demonstrated here. For now, the most important concept to understand is this. Microsoft Purview Data Map provides a centralized technical inventory of supported Microsoft Fabric assets. It connects Fabric to Purview using an authorized identity, retrieves metadata through Fabric's read-only APIs, and organizes the results within Purview domains and collections. In the next section, we'll examine the role of data map in unified catalog and clarify how the technical metadata layer differs from the user-facing discovery experience. So in our infographic here, we can see in the center that the Purview Data Map has a catalog and metadata hub that can connect to multiple Fabric workspaces. It can discover those assets, understand the asset types, identify redundancy, all on the Purview side. Locate owners, review technical details, and organize metadata. Then comes in the governance. Enable governance and improve findability, searchability. So the flow on the bottom is a great summary of the process. You've got the asset list, discoverable metadata, and then the governance foundation built on top of that. And that completes our detailed overview and summary of Microsoft Fabric, Microsoft Purview, the interaction between the two, the concepts and the flow of metadata, and a basic understanding of governance. Be sure to watch the next video in this course, the next module, where we'll dive deeper into the data map.